When it comes to branding, consistency is essential. But how do you ensure brand consistency when several departments, partners, or agencies produce your brand's collateral? How can you quickly communicate your brand requirements to grow your business? Hey guys, welcome to Creative, where we help athletes, sports marketers, and those athletic business owners learn how to build lasting legacies beyond the game. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we talk about solutions that can truly change the business of sports. Today, we're discussing the importance of creating guidelines for your brand. We'd love for you to tackle that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything in the future. So, today we're going to teach you the key components of creating stellar guidelines for your brand. A brand style guide consists of compelling brand stories, which we talked about in a previous video, with an emotional connection, examples of actual consumers, your business brand style guide, and your brand's why. The visual components of your brand must also tie into create a clear brand identity and personality. Finally, you must prioritize consistency and connection for your business and consumers as you seek to grow your brand, elevate your content and public perception, and increase brand awareness and, of course, your return on investment. By developing brand guidelines that clearly outline your business and ensure professionalism and consistency in your messaging, you'll provide a better and more meaningful consumer experience. We talked about this in a previous video, which I'll link up above, but creating a compelling brand story. When you seek to create a brand with loyal customers, brand guidelines are nothing without a compelling brand story. Your brand story is the first touch point for consumers to understand your brand voice, personality, your core values, stuff like your mission statement, and even your tone of voice. Your brand voice can be humorous, sarcastic, wild, content, tranquil, authoritative, and instructive. It all depends on the type of brand personas you'd like to build to connect with your target audience. Create an emotional connection and begin to form a clear brand identity. If your brand is personal to you, you might decide to include some information about you, why you founded the company, the challenges and triumphs you faced on your business journey, and what your consumers mean to you. This is a living and breathing document of your brand and provides consumers with a clear tone of voice that your audience feels they can connect with and support. If your brand is lacking in this foundation, it's essential to consider undergoing brand discovery. This process will help you to better understand your brand and your audience, your vision and direction. We've also done a video on brand discovery, which I'll also link above. Understanding your target audience and the touch points for them. Regardless of whether you've got an existing or a new brand, when seeking to sell any products or services, you need to first understand your audience, their aspirations, personality, daily life, and why your products and services matter to them. What problems do you solve? This is what's known in a branding project as building out buyer personas. Based on extensive data and market research, a buyer persona is a semi-functional representation of your ideal customers. It helps you focus your time on qualified prospects, guide product development to suit your needs of your target consumers, and align all creative work, both written and visual, across your organization, from marketing to sales to customer services. It helps you to ensure brand consistency, that you're headed in the right direction and that the wrong message isn't communicated to your audience. The best brands use buyer personas to showcase brand consistency and attract high-value visitors, leads, and customers to your business, who you'll be more likely to retain over time. Communicating your market differentiators. Your market differentiator, also known as your product or service differentiator, is the identity and description of your products or services that stands out from other products or services in the same market. It's what makes your products or services different. Your market differentiator is often spelled out in your brand guidelines and can include your brand colors, brand elements, company logo, brand assets, visual identity, logo variations, color palettes, fonts, core values, illustrative styles, company name, color codes, data visualization, typography hierarchy, use of white space or drop shadows, etc., etc., etc. Again, it's anything that makes you different from your competitors. Done well, your market differentiator can also serve as your key identifier and provide your audience with concrete examples of your brand. Your guidelines help you establish your visuals for future brand language. Another essential element of your brand guidelines is establishing a clear and robust visual identity, including, like I said earlier, logo variations, color palettes, the logo guidelines, which means where and when your logo will be placed and how, spacing, etc. Additional elements such as style guide for future graphic designers you may employ to work on future consistency within your brand. Your brand guides is an excellent tool for internal graphic designers, copywriters, and creatives, and even some of your external agency partners that you want to utilize to build your website, build future marketing, etc. The brand book includes your company logo and other elements to ensure that consistency across even advertising collateral. Let's talk about what you should consider when choosing colors and font choices. First, consider your color palette. Brand colors, hex colors for online, CMYK color codes for print that each design asset will use. Consider the possible color schemes and what they say about your brand identity. Create a brand style guide centered around your brand colors for your creative partners to reference as they develop digital and print assets and design elements. Additionally, you should try to choose a few font styles that adhere to your brand style guide and allow for brand recognition. For example, if your brand identity is playful and comical, you might select a sans serif font that is bubbly, bold, loopy brand elements. If you want to create brand style guide that is more professional and academic, you'll likely select a serif font with standard sizing and a simple structure. One key to note is your style can affect price point. The key is to hone in on your visual identity, stay on brand, and create a consistent brand. This includes considering how much space you'll have between titles, paragraphs, and the overall structure and font sizes on a digital PDF, your website, and other marketing collateral. Next, let's talk about touch points for collateral. The brand rules apply to all components of your brand. Your brand identity guidelines should contain a step-by-step guide for all business partners and staff to buy in, have clear directions, and create all written and visual collateral. This is often referred to as the brand manual or brand book, like we've been talking about. Consider all the touch points and the effect they have on your audience in the buying process. Your brand style guide should be robust, easy to understand, and cover every aspect of your company. This is then implemented at every user touch point, from social media to your website, print collateral to your digital ads. Defining your brand's overall voice and personality. As mentioned previously, your brand voice is an essential component of your style guide. It is often described in the brand guideline document as your brand's persona. You must consider the brand's products and services and determine the approach and personality. Your brand strategy will work best if you're consistent. This applies to how many times each week you post on your social feed and how often you respond to your comments, questions, and your buyers' concerns. How quickly you deliver packages and what those packages might look like, and every funnel of communication with your consumers. Remember to be kind, be consistent, and maintain a customer-first attitude. This will ensure your company gets the best user response and positive reviews. I'd now love to open the comment section to discuss brand voice and personality. Think about the type of identity you want your brand to have, and let's discuss it below. This will be a helpful tool as we begin to build a community of creative centered around a common theme, building legacy brands. Practice consistency and connection. With a clear understanding of brand guidelines and the importance of developing a clear brand strategy for your company, brand design with hex codes, style guides, and other visual elements in brand books, all that is left is to practice that consistency and that connection. You must focus on the consumer, their wants, their needs, and personal identity. What problem does your product or service solve? And why should they care? Communicate this in a clear and friendly manner. Be kind, courteous, knowledgeable, and attentive. Superior customer service is often the most important component of any brand strategy and helps beat out the competition. Stay on brand, follow your style guides, and remember our how-tos. Additionally, provide your customers and consumers easy access to your website and social accounts. This will ensure fewer roadblocks, seamless experiences, and enhanced user interface. We hope you guys loved today's video. I know it's a lot. And if you want to learn more about the great solutions that can truly change the game, again, don't forget to tackle that subscribe button and give us that like. It really helps out the channel. Now, this is Heck with Creative, where business is our sport.